OpenAI chaos is not only provided a fantastic drama for end of the year, it also revealed a very aggressive belief that commonly held by tech elites. Those people are the ones who build the world we live in, the app you use, how you spend your time, they even shape the social identity of lots of people. And the belief they hold, it actually will influence everybody's future from now on. I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theory. I will give you a factual example. Regardless the age you are, you'll always hear an older generation tell you, it's so lucky to born in the society you are right now, because the prosperity of the society, how developed everything are, and the technology that creates so much convenience in life. That's just something that they wouldn't have in the older times. However, only you know. Even then, the whole society production is 10x, 100x, but the work you done is not anything less than before. Even more, you are even more unstable nowadays than the past generations. This mismatching the society is going forward, but your personal life is not, actually is result of the belief that we mentioned earlier. EAC, effective accelerationism. Since AI becomes a superstar of tech field and you walk into public point of view, you can see everybody who in the field is talk about AI safety, how this could be went wrong, how that can backfire human, so we should be cautious. And the biggest AI threatening event happened actually in 2022 June. A Google AI engineer got fired because he's went around and said when he interact with this Lambda model, he realized that AI have conscience and emotions. He literally, when he received interview, he telling the interviewees, you guys better watch out, otherwise the whole human gonna be ended. At the moment, I even half believe it, but until later on you realize that that's just a pure dark humors. When OpenAI published their GPT newest version, it shocked the world. To cop that competition, Google also published their own chatbox AI, built based on the Vogue AI model, Lambda. But the general feedback is the ChatGPT is way better than whatever Google published. And there's even business commentary said, oh, if you need something logic consistent and a beautiful written paragraph, go to ChatGPT. If you just sell Google stock and worry did I make a right decisions and keep you up from that, you should use their own chatbox, Bard. After that, I guarantee you have a good night's sleep. And the truth are, if AI without human, they barely can survive on their own. So just to mention about how AI threatens human, it sounds very bizarre. So it leaves the public point of view is everybody in the tech field is very conservative, they're careful, they're going forward with caution. Until one moment is OpenAI chaos. They fired the founder of the company, Sam Altman. The general understanding is Sam Altman too aggressive. They want to accelerate technology as fast as possible, and it make people feel scared, so they fire him. Just like our stereotype of the tech industry. However, that's when people's behavior and were not aligned. The people who always talk about AI safety, suddenly they're on Sam Altman's side. They start blaming the board of OpenAI, said, what are you doing? You're slow down the AI development. You guys are the criminals. But I thought those people are pro-conservative AI and technologies. They almost saying that, oh come on, we just saying by saying it, safety, futures, AI, and human diminished. We're just saying it. How can you take it seriously? That's basically what they're telling the OpenAI board. And you can see this tone shift or attitude shift even before this chaos happened. On the slow down AI development, we should be cautious. It's all about word. But compared to this future abstract ideas of safety, if you look at the acceleration, people who want technology to embed in human society, there is factual code, software, data, cloud computing, machineries, and the factual thing that accelerate technologies. The most ironic one is actually Elon Musk, who's signing the very famous letter calling stop anything better and greater than GPT-4. Otherwise, safety will be a big issue. The day after he signed the safety letter, he purchased 10,000 AI calculated GPU from NVIDIA and to boost up his own AI company. The whole time I'm talking about acceleration and speed up. What are we speeding up? And why they're so pro-aggressive technology approach? And what is the belief, EAC? If you go search Google or Wikipedia, all they can tell you is there's a group of people who stand for technology and how can we incorporate technology to human society. But the truth is further than that. If you go to their official website, you 100% will get very confused by what they say. Say, as individual human, we are quirks in the techno-capital meta life form. They also say, consume more energy and create more energy. That's how all life was created. Or even more, they said this movement is a blow against the technocratic control, against the doomers and the deceleratorists who would have us consume less free energy and create less entropy. Most people's reaction after reading those words, they're thinking that, they're the people who dominate our world, and this divine, godlike, almost ruthless words gonna ruin human societies. However, if you truly want to understand those group of people, it really need a lot of explanation, and that's why I even filmed this video, to potentially guide you what those people who created our world is actually thinking. Of course, if you don't care about what they're thinking, you can skip to this time. I will explain how it actually influences you as an individual on daily life. You don't have to listen to the whole philosophy, but in my opinion, this is the most valuable part of the whole video. So start of all, this philosophy or movement is actually unlike other philosophy or religions. Their base stone of their idea is actually physics law, called second law of thermodynamics, or in another simpler term, they believe in entropy. You don't have to know what all those are. I will explain in more human-like words. Entropy is like a word describe how chaotic is the system. For example, before you use your phone, your brain is very calm, very in order. After scroll on your TikTok for 4 or 5 hours, you get TikTok brain. It's very chaotic. We will say you have a high entropy. But why this is so important to understand? Because in their point of view, what makes human way better than others is because this chaotic, complex state. Our brain is more chaotic and complex, that's why we have emotion, we have intelligence. Our DNA is way more complex, that's why we are way better than a single cell being. So if we want to develop more as a human society, we need to create more entropy. But you may ask, okay, you want to make human society more chaotic, more complex. So how? Their answer is technologies. Before, how a species make their DNA and their brain become more complicated and become more capable is by reproductions, natural selections, and you pass down the best gene so next generation can survive better in the world. However, there is a limitations. For example, when can we have based on reproduction to fly in the sky or anti-gravity and don't rely on food and we can survive without air? When can we do that? Probably a couple billion years. However, if you hear what I just said, human already can do that. We can take a plane in the sky. We can use gas tank to go to outer space. We can use rocket to go anti-gravities. All of those things that we could only achieve after a couple billion of reproduction, having sex, we can achieve by technology, simply. In another term, why, for example, the monkey don't have as good society as we do, is because our ability to utilize tools, or using the old tool to build a new tool. For example, if I build an engine for the car and I know how to mine the very good material, combine these two together, we create plane. We can fly now because how light the material and how powerful the engines are. So the first question answered. What are we accelerating is using technology to increase our progression as a civilizations. And another very big thing that they highlight within their website is they said this is not an ideology, it is not a movement, it's a simply acknowledgement of truth. I know that sounds like a godlike, a divine, and religions like again. But what is the truth they're talking about? In a history book that called A Brief History of Mankind, it described one of the turning points of human society. They said when human from hunting to agriculture. But this transition is weird and odd. It shouldn't happen because hunting, you only hunt 20% of your day. Compared to agriculture, you literally work 12 hours a day for 8 months a year. In the same time, you can, no matter where you go, you survive in the woods, now you moved to another mountains, you can still hunt. But agriculture, if you survive here, you have to stay here forever. The monsters, the other tribe will know where you live, and you may be in danger anytime because you have to stay here. So why we humans choose something less efficient in that eye? The answer is, if we open the Pandora box of agriculture, is no way to go back. Because the stable production of the agriculture, it makes human society have a way more population. If we suddenly say, oh, we suddenly realize this is a wrong way to survive, you need to kill half your population in order to go back. So does technology. There is a study even show, if we cut off all the internet right now, the population may even half immediately within like a couple months. So if we open the technology Pandora box, we can only going forward. There's no way back, and that's the truth they're talking about. And the third part, okay, that sounds nice, that sounds beautiful. We, human society, we can become a better, we become a stronger, we dominate the world. If there's no cost, the answer is no. There is actually very big cost. And that cost is actually innate. Second law of thermodynamics, entropy. Imagine in this scenario, we all are a restaurant owner in this restaurant street. If you're not competitive enough, you don't give good service, you charge too high of money, or you just simply give a not tasty food, you will soon enough out of the business. You're very fragile as an individual. But if we said, no matter what, I'm not fragile, I need to stay because I know the president is my brother, so you cannot kick me out of the street. What happened is, when time passed by, customer wouldn't return to our street because you never know. What if you walk into a trap? What if I'm the first time customer, I go to their shitty restaurant and I have a horrible experience? I will not return to the street anymore. So how robust, how profitable, how long-lasting is our restaurant street? It really depends on fragile of individuals. So does human society and human civilizations. If we want human civilizations going forward faster and faster, the result is if you cannot adapt to our age, you are doomed. One of the example is, in our parents' older generation, they can use one skill to survive their whole life. They don't need to switch jobs. Right now, on average, every 20 years, people switch their job 5 times. And even more because this technology accelerations, when you learn something in college freshman year, it's already outdated technology when you graduated. When technology, they switch generations, they iterate very, very fast. Independence life are very fragile. It's nice to know that you learn coding for 4 years when you're in college in 2000 to 2005. But now coding, lots of coders is losing job because this AI technologies. I even make specific video to talk about this, how tech cycle influence people's life and how fast is your industry gonna fire you because this technology is past tense already. It requests everybody from go to school for 10 years to go to school for life. Keep updating your knowledge, keep learning more. Otherwise, you barely even can sustain your life. In the end, from only understanding their belief, it actually is enough for us to predict what is about to coming. The two industry 100% be men dominant is first, space travel. Second, AI linked to your brain. Why? Because that is a two limitation for us to accelerate technology further. The limitation of resources in our Earth. So we need to go outer space to explore more energies. Second, our brain capacity is not good enough. 100 years ago, Nobel Prize is 23 years old. Nowadays, Nobel Prize on average is 90 years old. Imagine in future when we have a more and more knowledge, even your human brain cannot even learn everything you need to know. How can you develop more knowledge? The only answer is Neuralink. Elon Musk himself even saw that on 2016 when he created OpenAI, and it even inspired him to create Neuralink, the machine that you can link AI to your brain. The reason why more and more people in tech field and even in finance, biotech, or even economists start believing this belief is actually because we're standing on a turning point, just like the eve of industrial revolutions. Lots of people get forced out of their labor job. They have to choose a brain labor intense job and change their whole knowledge structures. Their old time advantage suddenly become the weakness of them. And of course, we have no time to cover how the people did it and what should we change as an individual if we saw this coming. And I probably will make another video in future. How can we cop this fast changing technology in our society in next video. But that's all for today. I really hope I give you some insight of what those people is thinking, and it may even help to rethink about your own life. My name is Paul. I hope you learned something today. I'll see you next time. Bye.